Welcome, guys. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest. Like and subscribe to my channel, Field Day Baseball. We are in 1987. It is the Mets at Phillies, and this game is flying by. So let's take a quick look at what is what here. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning. The score is 1-0 Mets. Up is a new shortstop called Dowell. Doesn't last very long, doesn't hit very well. Ends up hitting on the season in 42 plate appearances, ends up hitting 128. Yeah, pretty hard to believe he couldn't hit Major League pitching, but he's playing shortstop today. These are actual lineups. It's Ron Darling on the mound. The infield for the Mets from third base to first is Hojo at third, Santana at short, Bill Almond, that's right, he's filling in today for the regular guys, Backman and Tuffle. And then, of course, Miller was there for a while, so Mets had an issue in 87 with their second baseman. And, of course, at first it's Hernandez. Behind the plate is Carter. In the outfield from left to right, it's McReynolds, Wilson, and Mazzilli. All right, so let's roll for Dowell. Let's see what happens. And this game is extremely fluid. There's maybe 5% charts in this game. It's mostly off the batter card, except there is an interaction with the pitcher on 31 to 35, on 41 to 45, I believe, on 56 to 65 as well. And then, of course, you have the pitcher effect on home runs and so on. Here's the pitch. Ken Dowell can't hit a lick, and he rips one, hits it hard, but right at Johnson at third, and that is an L5. So now it's Don Carmen against Ron Darling. Carmen, the pitch, and that's a 26 against a righty. It's going to be a ground ball and through for a base hit. So the pitcher manages to muscle one through the infield and picks up a single off of the right-hander. So this is the splits, right? That was the splits number. So Juan Samuel hit 28 homers, batted .270. Pretty nuts. 15 triples, 37 doubles. Holy smokes. In 1987. Pretty intense. Let's see if Darling can get through this guy. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 33, which is a single. But if you look, I don't know if you can see it, but Darling is a 2 hit. So that 3 hit is above the 2. So that means it's going to be a line out to a hard hit ball to center field. And Wilson stops in his tracks, and he's right there to snag it. So a ball that was a BB off the bat, but it was hit right at a center fielder, and he comes up, Samuel comes up with zilch on that swing. Here's Milt Thompson, the left-hander. Here's the pitch from Darling. There are 2 outs in this inning. That's a 45. A 45. Base on balls 5 to 6. But Darling is a 4, so that's below that 5 to 6. So it'll be a fly ball left field. Over is McReynolds towards the line, makes the catch, and that retires the side. 1-0 Mets as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Mookie Wilson. And a 23, a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. 1 away. Bill Almond now. Pitch to Almond, and that's going to be a 66, which is a drive down the line. Fair ball into the corner, played off the carom by Chris James. Digging for second is Almond. Here's the throw, the tag by Samuel, and not in time. A double, a 1-out double for Bill Almond. Now, Almond batted .241 in 62 plate appearances with several teams. I think he played a little bit with San Diego, played a little bit with the Mets. And here's Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez has improved his batting average tremendously. He hit .290 in 87. He's batting .281 in our replay. Today he's 0 for 2, but he's due. So let's see if the Mets can get an insurance run here in the top of the 6th inning. It is Carmen, gets the sign. He sets, looks over at Almond, and now deals. And that's going to be a 13 fly ball to right, shallow right field, so there would be no chance for tagging up. And next is Carter. Check out my tutorial on reading the batter's card. I think that's the key to the whole game. If you can read the batter's card, you can get through the whole game pretty much. And even if you ignore the field day charts, even if you ignore all other charts, you can probably get through the whole game. All right, Gary Carter. Now Carter is a 235 hitter in actuality. In the simulation, is batting 220. So he's been hitting as of late. So he's improved. So Carter with an insurance run at second base. Alman with 2 outs has a nice lead, but Carmen takes a long look at him to keep him closer to the bag, and Samuel is faking, coming in behind as is Dowell to keep Alman closer to the bag. So Carter's at the plate. He's a right-handed hitter, and he's ready to face Carmen. And here is the set and the pitch. And that's going to be a 42. That'll be ball 4, because that's a 2-6 walk, and it's a 3 on Carmen. So that's within that 2-6. So we will pick up a base on balls, a free pass, and Carter is on at first base, and that's going to bring up McReynolds. Let's talk about McReynolds. In reality, he batted 276. In our simulation, he's batting 295. He's got 10 home runs. We're about 1/3 of the way through the season, so he's right on target. So let's do it. McReynolds, here's the pitch from Carmen. 2 outs. And that's a 45, which will be a fly ball left center field. Chris James over, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Mets threaten there, but they failed to capitalize on a couple of base runners and left 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Von Hayes against Ron Darling, and that's going to be a 65, which will be a fly ball center field. A few steps back is Wilson, and Wilson makes the catch. Here is Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt with a 13, and that is ripped to left, base hit. So a base hit single for Mike Schmidt, who batted 293 with 35 home runs. He's a beast. And here is Glenn Wilson, 264 hitter with 14 home runs in a full season. Here's the pitch, and the pitch from Darling with a 55. So that's a 2-6 home run, and that's a deep drive to left field, way back. McReynolds to the track, looks up, and it's gone. 2-1. Phillies, a home run for Glenn Wilson. Got all of that one. It was a fastball that just stayed over the middle of the plate, and what we call AKA a meatball. And Glenn Wilson cranked it out of the park on his 55 roll. Here is Chris James now. Chris James today is 0 for 2. 293 hitter on the season, 233 hitter on the simulation. And that is a 43, and that's popped up middle infield, second baseman. Alman calls for it, makes the catch, and that's 2 away. Next up is Parrish, Lance Parrish. Parrish with 17 home runs, a 245 average. In the simulation, he's at 241 with 10 home runs. Here's the pitch, and that's a 55, and that's a home run only on a 6th, and the pitcher is a 4. So that's a deep fly to left field. McReynolds, he's there, and that retires the side, but not before. The Phillies pick up 2 big runs, and we go to the top of the 7th. Lee Mazzilli leading off. Mazzilli today is 0 for 2, batting 327. In the simulation, batted 306 in reality. Here's the pitch from Carmen. Carmen with a 51. Now we're going to check the right fielder for an error. Wilson. His error rating on 51 is a 13. Oh, and he makes an error. Holy smokes. Okay, so DFE right field, so it's going to be, I'm going to play it as a 1 base error on the right fielder. So it's going to be a 1 base error on Wilson. Ball clanks off his glove, and that allows Mazzilli to take first base. And here is Howard Johnson. Pitch, and that's a 46, which says 3-6 base on balls, and he is a 3, so that's a walk. ball four and trots on down to first. That pushes the tying run into scoring position. Now I'm thinking about what do I do with Carmen. Carmen has reached his limits, so we're going to go into the bullpen here. Let's go into the bullpen. Okay, we pulled a double switch, and now we have a guy named Hughes in left field. The pitcher is going to be Michael Jackson. That's right, Michael Jackson. He was a famous pop star and also a pitcher for the Phillies. He has his shiny shoes on, and he's doing the moonwalk all over the mound. So the new left fielder is a guy who used seldom, but I had to pull the double switch, and he was available to play left field, so I went with him. I'm trying to track him down right now. Should have found him first. I didn't think it was going to be so hard since actually the Phillies don't have that many players. They pretty much stuck to, there he is, I just saw him. Keith Hughes, here he is. All right. So he will be batting in the pitcher spot, and Chris James has been replaced. So Keith Hughes will go there. Michael Jackson will go here. And Michael Jackson's a right-hander. He was 55 games, 7 starts, 4.20 ERA. He will be facing Santana with nobody out, runners on first and second. So we're probably looking at a bunt here, and Santana's not a good bunter at all. Ooh, so we're going to have to get him to swing away. Not what we want, but he hasn't really... He had no bunts in 1987, so we're going to just swing away with Santana. First and second. Mazzilli's on at second. He's got good speed, decent speed. And it's the Mets down 2-1. Here in the top of the seventh, it is Jackson, gets the sign and the pitch. And that is going to be a 63. Jackson is a 1, 4, 5, and 5, so he'll pick up the swinging strikeout. So Santana way out in front of that changeup. And here's Ron Darling. We will see a pinch hitter for Ron Darling. And it's he's a righty on the mound. And we will see Dykstra come in to swing. Lenny Dykstra. The left-hander plays hard. And first and second, Mazzilli takes his lead off second. Johnson, Hojo. So we got really good speed on the bases. We need to tie this game up here. There's one out. Dykstra behind the in the box. We have Jackson on the mound. He's ready. And the pitch to Dykstra, and that's going to be a 62. A swing and a miss struck him out as well. The high heat gets him to chase. Went up the ladder on him. And here comes Mookie Wilson, one of the stars of the mid to late 80s for the Mets. Mookie Wilson in the simulation batting .346 in 200 at-bats. Had 400 at-bats, batted .299, almost 300. I bet he was disappointed that he missed 300 by just 1 point. He's got 16, 3, and 5 in the simulation. In reality, he had 19, 7, and 9 in terms of doubles, triples, and home runs. So he hit 7 triples in 385 at-bats, which is pretty darn good. That's about 3 triples, 3.5 triples every 200 at-bats. So he would have had at least 10 triples on the season if he would have played another 200 at-bats. Anyway, all right, here goes. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 56, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And in comes Michael Jackson and strikes out the side. Holy smokes. Yes, sirree. We got a defensive issue here for the Mets. We need a new pitcher. Who's it going to be? We're going to bring in McDowell. We're going to bring in McDowell into the 6th spot. No. Yeah, no, into the ninth spot. Into the ninth spot. So Dykstra. Oh, we could have kept Dykstra in, actually. Let me undo that. Hold on. Let me cancel that and just redo it. Okay. So McDowell's going to come in, and he will bat in the first spot. Let's see if we can find McDowell here. There he is, Roger McDowell. So Dykstra's in there, and there we go. Bill Allman will lead off in the following inning, so he will be in the first spot, and Dykstra will stay in there to play center field. Oh God. In the first spot. Hold on a second. Roger McDowell comes in the first spot. Okay, and he will be the pitcher. You sure? Having issues here. Okay, McDowell will be the pitcher. Okay, and oh, that's it. Ready. All right. So now it is McDowell against Ken Dowell. And we spoke about him already. 7th inning stretch, 35. And he's a 4, and a 35 is a 5. So 5 to 6 is a hit. So it's above the pitcher's number. So that means it's going to be the other side of the forward slash, which is a hard hit ball to left field, right at McReynolds for an L7. 1 down. So McDowell hits the ball hard twice today. 2 lineouts. And it's Hughes, Keith Hughes. He's a lefty against the righty McDowell. And that's a 22, and it'll be a bouncer to the first baseman, Hernandez. He will flip to McDowell covering. And that is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Next up is Juan Samuel. 52. That's going to be a slow ground ball to third base. Will Johnson throw it away? That's the question now. Oh, no, he does not. So he holds on to it, and it's a smart move by Johnson. Could have been an error, and his error number would have been, Johnson on the throw at third base would be a 13 error. So we rolled 62, way above that. All right, so Samuel is on at first with 2 outs, and here's Milt Thompson, lefty pitch, and that's a 22, a swing and a miss, curveball got him. That fell right off the table, and he was way out in front, goes down on strikes, and here come the Mets in the top of the 8th. Bill Allman leads off. He had a hit today. Oh, that's a 51 error on the pitcher. Pitcher's error rating is going to be, let's see if we can find that. Pitcher's error rating is a 34. And that is a 31. So he bobbles it, and let's see. It was a 51. So that means it's going to be a 1 base error on the pitcher. An E1. And Allman is on. He is Y, not a great base runner, a good base runner. Keith Hernandez, not a good hit and run guy, not a good bunter. So he's going to just swing away. Here's the pitch, and that is a 52. That's going to be an infield grounder to second base. Will Samuel make an error on his 52 number? He's a 12, so it could be a single and a throwing error. No, it's just a single. So that moves Allman into scoring position. An infield base hit for Keith Hernandez. And it's Gary Carter now. He steps in the box against Michael Jackson. Here's the pitch to Gary Carter, and that's a 15, which is going to be a fly ball right field. And that's Glenn Wilson out there, shallow right field. And he makes the catch, and Allman fakes the tag, but goes back. And here's McReynolds. Michael Jackson versus Kevin McReynolds, righty on righty. 2 outs. No, excuse me, 1 out. 2 men on, and McReynolds at the plate. Here's the pitch from Michael Jackson. And that's going to be a 41, which will be a fly ball right field, shallow right. In comes Wilson for out number 2. And here is Lee Mazzilli. switch hitter bats from the left side. Here's the pitch, and that is a 62, strike 3. And he gets out of that tough inning. Wow. All right. Bottom of the 8th. Coming up is Von Hayes. He'll be facing McDowell. Mets trail 2-1. They've had ample opportunities to score some runs, and they failed. It is 2-6-2 for the Phillies, and 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Mets. Let's see what happens in this one. Here is Von Hayes, and that is a 22, a bouncer to Hernandez at first base. He'll make the play. Next up is Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt on the day is 1 for 3. The pitch, and that's a 63, which will be a fly ball right field. Towards the line goes the right fielder Mazzilli. He's there. F9, 2-way. So 2 quick and easy outs for McDowell. And here is Glenn Wilson, who's homered today. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 65, which strikeout for McDowell is 0, so 65 will be a fly ball center field. Coming in is Dykstra, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So 3 up and 3 down for McDowell, and we go to last licks for the Mets, top of the 9th, yes sirree. And we're going to look to see if we can bring in a closer, although I think my closer's wiped out, because I've used him. I'm pretty sure this was a 3-game set. I'm pretty sure, and I've used him in 3 games, so I don't know if he's available. Let me see if I have anybody else that has any saves. So Bedrosian is tired. I need to give him a rest. So I'm going to have to... So I found Kenta Culvey. He's okay. He can come in, and he will be in the 9th spot. See what happens here. Oh no, I'm going to undo that. Hold on a second. Let me undo that. I got to put him in a different spot. All right, so Kenta Culvey will come in the 6th spot. Okay, he'll be in the 6th spot where Michael Jackson is. He's due up next inning. Let me see if I have any right fielders that I could pull a double switch just in case. I should have another right fielder here. Let me just, okay, I have Greg Gross. Greg Gross will come in Jackson's slot. And then the pitcher will come in Kenta Culvey will come in Glenn Wilson's 5th spot. So let's see if Kenta Culvey can come up clutch here. Come up clutch in this 2-1 game where the Phillies lead at home. Gross is in left field. The pitcher to Culvey is the pitcher. What's going on here? What's it saying? There is more than one player at left field. Okay, so we're going to put Gross in right field. And that should solve the problem. We'll leave Keith Hughes in left. Now we're good. All right, we're ready to roll. Yes, sirree. I could have done that off camera. All right, Howard Johnson leads off against Kenta Culvey. Let's grab to Culvey. There he is, ready to roll. He is a 3-2-2-3, starting off with a hit, walk, home run, and K. 3-2-2-3. 3 hit, 2 walk, 2 home run, and 3 K against Howard Johnson, who's got good power. Home runs at 66 and 11. Here's a pitch. And, we got a deep drive to right field, way back, and into the seats for a game-tying leadoff, top of the 9th, home run by Howard Johnson. Yes, sirree. Tied it up. One pitch, one run, one home run, rounds the bases, gets high-fived in the dugout, and here comes Santana. The Mets have come back and tied it here in the top of the ninth on that solo shot by Howard Johnson to lead off the inning. Here's Santana. And that's a 21, and that'll be a fly ball. Shallow. Back goes Schmidt and Dowell, and in comes Hughes, and Hughes makes the catch, calls them off. Lenny Dykstra's up now. And that is a 55. It's going to be a 2-6 deep drive, and the home run onto Culvey is a 2. That ball is driven to right field down the line. If it's fair, it's trouble. Into the seats. Home run. The Mets, with 2 home runs here in the top of the ninth, have taken a 3-2 lead. Lenny Dykstra comes up clutch against Kenta Culvey, and he wishes he had that pitch back. All right, here comes McDowell, and Tekulve is now beat up, so we're going to pull Tekulve here. We're going to pull Tekulve. Thought Tekulve could get through it, and obviously he cannot, and we're going to bring in Tom Hume, and he will bat in that 5th spot. He is a lefty. He will face, he will face... the pitcher, then Almond, and then Keith Hernandez. So we're going to see a pinch hitter. A Mets pinch hitter here for the pitcher, McDowell, who's now has a potential chance of winning this game here. So we're going to pinch hit, and who are we going to call on? Who did I bring in? I brought in Hume. Let me grab him very quickly here. Hume, where are you, bud? Oh boy, it's one of those, huh? Come on now. Come on, Bear. Where's Hume? Raleigh. Calhoun, Ruffin, Shue, Gross, Russell, Cowie, Easler, the Hitman, Renicky, Hume. Here he is. Got him. All right, Tom Hume is a righty. I remember him with the Reds for a long time. All right, so Tom Hume is a righty. He will be facing a lefty. Let's see if the Mets have any lefties on the bench to pinch hit. Let's see. They do. Dave Magadan and Darryl Strawberry. We're going to bring in Magadan. Magadan is going to pinch hit for the pitcher. And here goes. It is Tom Hume versus Dave Magadan. And it's the top of the ninth. The Mets with 2 home runs here in the top have taken a 3-2 lead. Here's the pitch. That's a 66, and that's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall. Digging for second is the pinch hitter Magadan, and he's in there with a double. Yes, sirree. Big, huge double with only 1 out. And next up is going to be Almond Joy, Bill Almond. And he's going to swing away against Hume. Here's the pitch, and that is a 66, which is a drive down the line into the corner base hit. And that'll bring Magadan around. Digging for second is Almond. He's in there with an RBI double. The Mets with 3 runs here in the top of the ninth have taken a 4-2 lead. And it is Hernandez. So we are going to intentionally walk Hernandez. Intentional walks 8, so he was walked intentionally quite a lot. So he will be intentionally walked to set up a double play, and the righty will face the righty Carter. So Carter today's 1 for 3, and let's see what happens here. 1 out, 2 on, and Carter at the plate against the righty Hume. The pitch. And that is going to be a 21, which will be a fly ball left field. Hughes under it. And he makes the catch. That is 2 away. And up comes Kevin McReynolds, another right-hander. And Hume takes a look at Alman at second now, gets the sign from Parrish. He sets and deals to McReynolds, and that is a 54. Oh boy, that's going to be up to that's a 54. That's going to be up to 55 for a wild pitch on Hume's card, and we roll a 66. And that's going to be a blocked ball in the dirt by Parrish. So nothing happens, and McReynolds is going to get another chance here. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 21 to McReynolds, and that's a fly ball deep right field. Backing up to the track is Gross, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So that does it for the top of the ninth for the Mets, but they score 3 runs. They lead it 4-2. Leading off for the Phillies is a lefty Gross. Let's see who we're going to go to in the pen now. So the Mets need reliever. And who is it going to be? We can bring Innes, had no saves. Let's see who we can bring. Mitchell had no saves. Orozco. We're going to bring in Orozco. And he will come in the first spot again. All right, here goes Jesse Orozco. Not great in 87, but he is a guy that they went to a lot early on because he had great seasons. Does not have a great season in 1987, but we're still bringing him in. He was the other closer, if you will, and he's a lefty facing the lefty Gross, Greg Gross. Let's grab Greg Gross here. There's 2 Grosses on this team. One is a Kevin Gross, who's a pitcher, and a Greg Gross, who's a hitter. There he is, Greg Gross. Pretty good pinch hitter. Pretty good lefty pinch hitter, if I remember correctly. In this season, bats 286 and 163 plate appearances and 114 games. So here's the pitch, and that's it's 4-3-1-6. That's a 35, and that'll be a fly ball hit hard at the left fielder McReynolds in left, and that'll be an L7 for the first out. So Orozco does have a high hit number, but he has a low home run allowance number. So now it's Lance Parrish. Here's a pitch, and they need base runners. A 31 is going to get them a base runner. This is a line drive base hit, and he is on at first. Of course, we're not going to pinch run for him because we need 2 runs, not 1. And here is Dowell. K. Dowell, and we're going to pinch hit for this guy because he is a stinker. Let's see, Dowell, where is Dowell? There he is, pinch hit for Dowell. Yes, absolutely. Going to bring a righty in to hit. And that's going to be Aguayo. Aguayo. He will pinch hit. Got some power. Home run of 66. Oh, I got to find this guy now. Aguayo. Oh, we can't find him anywhere. What do I do with them? So I brought Aguayo to the plate, but I can't find him. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Okay, got him now. So he's up. He batted 200, but hit 12 home runs and 234 plate appearances. So he had an equivalent of a 24 home run season. So he will bat here against the lefty. He does hit lefties well, so he will pick up a switch, a splits single against the lefty, Orozco. Tying run at the plate in Aguayo, Luis Aguayo, and Orozco looks over at first. Parrish is not going anywhere, and here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 55. Oh boy. And that's a 2-6 home run, and luckily Luckily, Orozco is a 1 home run, so that's below that 2 to 6 home run on the 55 roll. So it's a high fly ball to left field, and McReynolds calling for it, and he makes the catch. Holy smokes, we just got away with that one right there. We got really lucky. And Roscoe's tired now, and Hughes will be batting. And Hughes is a lefty, so we're going to try to pinch hit for Hughes here. See if we can do that, find a righty. Let's see who we got. We got Shu, so we will bring on Shu. And we saw his card several times. There he is. Rick Shu is his name. He will hit for Keith Hughes. And Orozco's tired, so I have to raise the hit, the walk, and the home run number by 1 if I'm going to keep him in there. That makes him a hit 5, a walk 4, and a home run 1, and reduce the strikeouts to 5. So I may just go, instead of pulling that one, I may just go to the bullpen and see if the Mets can find somebody else to get 1 out here. Let's see what we got. Innis is available, spot long and middle relief. We can bring him in. Whoever comes in is going to pick up a save. Randy Myers. We're going to go with Randy Myers, who is available, and he will bat in the first spot. And Randy Myers is coming to get 1 out. Let's look at Myers' ability against the hits and walks. So Randy Myers is a 2, so that's a low hit ratio, a 3 average, a 2 home run, that's low, and a high 8K. An 8 is going to make his Ks. Let's see, I have that written here somewhere. Oh, did that come down? I put little notes for myself somewhere. And I know I had that somewhere. Oh, here it is. So yeah, a 7 and an 8 are going to be strikeouts. A 15 and a 16 become strikeouts for Randy Myers, because he's got a very high strikeout rating. And it's going to be Rick Shu. So Randy Myers is ready to roll, and he's facing Rick Shu with 2 outs. The tying run at the plate. Rick Shu does not have great power, but can hit a home run, but not against against a left-hander. He can hit a home run. So as long as I don't roll 24, so he's really good against lefties. Hits home runs on 24 and hits singles on 26 against left-handed pitchers. So it would have been better to bring a right-hander to face Shu. But it is what it is. Randy Myers, I trust him. He's a good ball player. And he had 6 saves on the season. Has almost a 4 ERA, so let's see what happens. So this is a big pitch by Randy Myers, a big batter. Hopefully the Mets can hold on to win this one. And let's do it. Here it is, Field Day Baseball. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And that is the pitch, and that is a 33. Oh boy, and a 33 is going to be a base hit if the pitcher's hit rating is a 3 to a 6, but he's a 2, so that'll be a line drive to left, and McReynolds coming in, slides and makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Yikes. L7, and that'll do it. The Mets pull it off. What a great game that was. This is Field Day Baseball. Check it out. Check out my tutorial video on how to play this game. It's a 10-minute tutorial, if that long, and it basically gives you 95% of everything you need to know to play this game. The rest of it is on some charts, and thanks for watching. And the Mets win it. Mets 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Phillies at home, 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Let's look quickly at the box score so I can tell you who got the victory and who got the loss and that sort of thing. And it's going to be, let's see, box score. Oh, that's the, yep, that's there. Let's see. New York National League wins a tight contest. And let's take a look. And the winner there, It's going to be McDowell gets the win, and Myers gets a save, his second. Orozco gets a hold, and for the Phillies, they used 4 pitchers, and the loss goes to Kent Tekulve. Gave up a couple of runs, and then he really the two big home runs for the Mets in that top of the ninth made the difference. It was both Howard Johnson and Kevin McReynolds. No, it was It was Dykstra. It was Dykstra hit a home run, and then it was somebody else who hit a home run. Where was Dykstra? Dykstra's at the end there. So it must have been Johnson first, and then Dykstra, the second home run. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest. See you soon.